I mean, listen, if you get nothing out of this video other than a moment of pure joy looking at her smiling whilst on my pile of laundry, then we all win. You know what I'm saying? She got camera shy. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to fold my laundry and talk your ears off and hopefully keep you company while you do a chore that you've been putting off. I have been procrastinating this literally all day to the point where I was like, maybe we could just like push it over and sleep and then I'll deal with it tomorrow, which is not good, folks, not good. Today isn't going to be a story time, rather just a stream of consciousness, sort of surrounding this idea of procrastination. I'm just like in one of those modes where like I can't seem to wrap my head. You know what? It might have been the long weekend, this like kind of like changing of seasons, this end of summer thing. I'm just like, I can't get it together. Anyone else out there feeling like that? By the way, hi, I have new merch. As I go like this, what if my boob was down to here? It will be eventually, which is why I did that Playboy shoot a long time ago, because I was like, you know what? One day when they're down to here, I'm going to be happy I did that. I made a whole story time about my time doing a Playboy shoot. I will leave the link above. Anyways, hi. I have merchandise. This is not one of the things for sale. This was just a tester, and I put it on and I was like, oh, that is, she hangs low, folks. Which then I was just like out on a walk with the corn, and I was like, you know what? Actually, I kind of don't, it's a little bit random, but I kind of don't hate that it's this far down, considering the fact that like, if it's here, someone's just gonna be staring at my boobs. So there is something kind of interesting about it being placed there. Nevertheless, I'm not even selling this cut of the shirt, even though I really do like these. And if you want one of these, I will move it up. Let me know in the comments below. If you missed out yesterday, I did the launch of my merchandise, and maybe that's why I'm feeling like so uninspired to do anything else, because I felt like really like sort of obsessive about that and like worrying about that and like kind of focusing all my like thoughts and energy on that. So anyways, yes, I have merchandise, but it won't look like this. Although the quality of the shirts is really great. It's so soft. There's a crop tee that I actually have coming in this color that will most likely feel exactly the same as this. Why am I slurring my words? What is happening to me this week? I don't know if you guys noticed, but on Tuesday I didn't put up a video at all. I haven't done that in a really long time. Like, I usually never skip a beat, never skip a video. I'm pretty diligent, but I just could not pull myself together. So I thought it would be an interesting conversation to have, and as always, I really look forward to reading your comments. You guys are just so thoughtful, and I like the way that you think, and I like sort of kicking off these conversations, even though like at this moment it feels very one-sided. As soon as it goes live and you guys start commenting and I start replying, like, it's just really interesting to hear your point of view, and I just like this community that we're building. It kind of feels like I went to this like women's group thing that my mom was hosting, and it was just like a bunch of women. They were a little bit older than I, and my mom was leading the class, and it was just like, I don't know, there was something really nice about being in a room full of other women who have gone through similar but also very varying events and life lessons and experiences, and it was just so nice to hear other people speak on their experiences and their ups and their downs, and it kind of just made me feel more human, you know what I mean? And like, I'm not alone. And so anyways, wrapping this all back around and having these conversations on these days, I enjoy then going in and listening and reading your comments, and you know, kind of getting grounded in this idea that we're all, even though we're all very different, a lot of us, if not most of us, at least here in this community, are really on the same page. And if we differ in certain ways, then we learn from each other and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so wrapping this all back around, my brain really has been all over the place, and I'm curious if you guys think this is a seasonal thing. If you guys are feeling this sort of shift as well, you know, we have a full moon coming on Friday and we are like entering into the fall, and I just feel like everything's sort of like moving in new directions. Kids are going back to school, so routines are different now. Everything's just sort of being flipped, and I feel like in my heart of hearts, sorry the air went on, it's just so stinking hot here. I feel in my heart of hearts that all these shifts and changes are going to be for the better, and like Jeff and I are feeling that too. We both feel like we're on this like precipice. It is not called precipice. Losing my mind. Precipice, we both feel like we're standing on the edge and we're like about to leap into something completely new and wonderful. We're just not like quite there yet. Anyhow, I'm curious to know if you guys are feeling similarly and experience similar things. And I think with this like long weekend, we had so many social events and we were sort of doing all the things that we said we were going to do, and now we're really ready to like hunker down and dive back into work stuff and really make our vision boards come to life. But leading up to that, this week, I just feel like my head is literally all over the place. And I guess I just wanted to open that conversation, like I said, listening to other women talk this weekend about what's going on with themselves and their lives and their transitions. I found it really like helpful. And now that I'm saying this all out loud, I'm like, I wish there was a way that we could do this. I mean, I guess there is like live versions of this where we can have these conversations and sort of, I hesitate to use the word group therapy because clearly I am not a therapist. It's just more like a group conversation. I don't know. I think that's like kind of what I've been leaning towards here on these days, at least, is just like kind of giving you guys insight to my brain and to like my thought process and what I'm working through, whether it be in therapy or just with myself. And I'm really liking doing it. I'm really liking, like I said, hearing your responses because I feel like we're all going through very similar things. I think that's why I wrote my book. My book, available now, was sort of like a therapeutic tool, not only for me, but I still am getting really nice feedback about it that just makes people feel less alone. So yeah, I don't know. So, and I feel that I'm in a transition right now, not only on this channel, as you are gonna see, like even just like launching, if you saw yesterday's video, very emotional, sorry. I watched it back and I was like, oh my God, Lisa, oh my God. But you know what? I'm just trying to be as transparent as possible because I don't know what else to do other than be as honest as possible on here. It seems to be the only thing that like I can do, so be it. But even with that, like launching this line, I just felt very vulnerable and very like, I just wanted to be very upfront about my fears about it and why I'm doing it and this and that, even if it doesn't seem like a big thing in the grand scheme. And I'm just hoping that like one person identifies with that and it helps somebody out there. Otherwise, what is the point of all this? You know what I mean? I just like, every day I'm like, as I'm uploading, as I'm videoing, as I'm making videos, as I'm coming up with ideas, I'm like, okay, let's remember what the point of this is. Obviously, it's a job, and whoa, how grateful am I. But like, other than that, like more importantly, it's about connecting with people and hopefully like making a difference. And when someone comes up to me, we were at a wedding this weekend, and the loveliest of ladies came up to me to tell me that they watch my videos, they've been watching my videos, they love my videos, they like me, they feel inspired, all these nice things. I'm like, okay, that's the actual point. And I feel like if you speak to any, like especially OG YouTuber who's been doing this for a long time, like, yes, paychecks are nice. Yes, brand deals are nice. Yes, all that stuff is nice. But the truth of the matter is, when someone comes up to you and they're like, or even in the comments, are like, hey, you have made a difference. Hey, I have benefited because of you. Hey, you know, you changed my perspective on this, whatever. Like, that's the reason. So I'm just trying to remind myself that as I go into this next season, this next quarter. I think we're entering into quarter 4. You know what I mean? If you're not in the school system and you're like the work system, I feel the work system. I like got an email today that was like, hey, what's your availability for quarter 4? And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not a teenager anymore. We're not semesters, we're quarters. As we go into quarter 4, I just want to make sure that I am true to my vision, which is to just continue to make people feel more accepted, make people feel less alone, and to just be as transparent with who I am and what I feel and think as possible. And that's all you can do, you know? Just trying to be the best version of myself. Please note the cute pup in the back. I also know that you guys want me to do a like how I got her video, like the journey of Courtney, and I'm gonna do that soon. I just wanted to go through her paperwork because her birthday's coming up. Can't remember the exact date. I'm a terrible mother, and I wanted to double check on that before I do that video. But I will certainly share her journey. I believe she's gonna be 10 this year. Also, if you're keeping up to date, I had taken her to the vet and she had an infection, and then I went back to make sure it was okay, and then I found out that she needed to go on larger or like heavier antibiotics, and it was like a 6-week event, but after 4 weeks we had to go get her checked, and if that didn't go well, we'd have to look for stones. This is all to say that did go well. The medication definitely worked, and she's totally back to normal. Look at her just living her best life. She's very excited about the merch, and she can't wait to see the pictures of you guys in her shirts. If only she really knew. Do you know? Do you feel the love? I think she feels the love. We were just on a walk and we met another little doggy that looked exactly like her, but like a little mini version. Very, very cute. Anyways, procrastination. Back to that. I'm procrastinating, talking about procrastination. I'm always weary that you're gonna see like up my, I'm actually wearing pants today, so we're good. Anyways, back to procrastination. I'm curious to know what you guys tend to procrastinate on the most. Is it stuff that you're fearful of? Is it stuff that it's just like tedious? Is it stuff that's like physically demanding, mentally demanding? What is it that you procrastinate the most? I definitely will say, for me, it's stuff that I'm like just fearful of. Fearful that I'm not gonna be good enough at it, fearful that I'm not gonna get it done in time, fearful that other people are gonna judge it, whatever the case is. Like, I definitely like live in, or operate out of fear, which I'm really trying to change. It's gonna be a lifelong battle, but I'm curious to know what you guys procrastinate. Now, a more fun question is, what do you like to do to procrastinate? Me, I like to scroll aimlessly, which I am also really, really trying to cut down on because that doesn't serve anyone. It is not good for us. I get it. I'm like, you know, what is it? Biting the hand that feeds me. But like, whoa. Sometimes I'll be like, whoa, how did I get here? Like, I travel through like 8 different profiles and like an Etsy link, and like, why am I here now? Like, I do not need to be here. I could have done so many other things. I feel like that's human nature and we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves, but also like, that's a procrastination tool I'd like to try to kick a little bit. I'm working on it, but that is easier said than done. I also obviously love watching stupid reality TV shows, and for some reason when I do it on my computer as opposed to like sitting down on the couch and like watching it on TV, it doesn't feel like I'm super indulging. So just now before I did this, I've been putting off obviously doing this. I was catching up on The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and I was just like, watching it on my computer and kind of doing some other stuff, so I felt justified. Not to say you can't like take breaks and stuff and like you don't have to be working 24/7, but like I was clearly just like procrastinating. But thinking it wasn't that like big of a procrastination because I was still on my computer doing work. Definitely snacking, that's a big one. Jeff and I take many a snack breaks in this house. I mean, truly, there's no better procrastination than snacking. Speaking of scrolling, by the way, I don't know whose video it was or I don't know how I landed on this, but it was like, you gotta get this thing from Amazon. So I got it and I thought it was pretty actually cute. I forget whose shopping list this was from, but I just washed it in hopes that it would be a little bit softer. I guess it's softened up. I can leave the link below if you're interested in it. It's actually pretty cute for the fall. But the thought of it at the moment is devastating because it's so hot, so hot. The one thing I never procrastinated on was homework, which is so funny now in like the grand scheme, because I will like put off like, you know, doing the thumbnails or getting back to emails and stuff like that. I'll definitely procrastinate that. But I remember in high school and junior high, I was like all about getting homework done as fast as humanly possible, so then I didn't need to worry about it. I don't know if my work was any good. It was sufficient. I wasn't trying to do it right. I was just trying to get it done good enough. We shoot for mediocrity here in this body. But yeah, I think like the stress of worrying about getting it done, I was aware that that would weigh on me so heavily. So if I could at least just get it done, then I could like decompress and relax. Is anyone still in school out there? I feel like some of you have gone to higher educations at this point. It's so funny, when I started YouTube, it used to be like my demographics were like 13-year-olds, you know what I mean? And now I'm honored that you're all like my age or a little bit younger, a little bit older, and I'm just so grateful. Some of you have actually like grown up with me, and that's pretty cool. But I asked this, I'm curious if any of you out there are still procrastinating doing your homework. Also, if you're back in school, either if you went back or if you're actively like in it and just like continued education, bless you, man. What a difficult thing. I was thinking about it because I sometimes think, okay, maybe I should go back and get a different degree or go on and get like my master's in theater or whatever the case may be, or education I'm interested in. And the thought of going back and doing the homework and having all that like the load of work to do like sounds so intense. So if you're in school right now and you just started your next semester, your next quarter, I'm cheering you on. I think that is absolutely awesome. Okay, here we are. We did it. I am so impressed with us right now. Whether you did a chore with me or whether you just made it this far in the video, you are my hero. I'm so appreciative of you. Thank you, because truly, I really would have slept in this mess. Actually, okay, that's not a full lie, but it's not the full truth. I would have put that down and I would have just shoved it all in. So we would have slept amongst it, but we would have spread out because she takes up half the bed. So the thought of putting anything else in our bed besides Jeff and I and her is absurd. I'm sorry, but please look at her. Please look at her. Anyways, there you go. I wanted to be true to how I was feeling today. And I'm feeling scattered, and I'm feeling like procrastinating, and I'm feeling all sorts of mixed up emotions, but I do feel like we're about to open the door into a whole new chapter and the rest of the year, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm giving you permission to give yourself some grace. That's what I wanted to say at the whole beginning of this. As I was like setting up the camera, I was like, I want to talk about giving yourself grace. Giving yourself, and I didn't until this moment. Not on purpose. I wasn't procrastinating. I just sort of had that aha moment of why I turned on the camera. I wanted to not only give myself grace and allow myself to just be here in the moment and be who I am and present that to you guys. Love it, leave it. Love it or list it, a great show. But I also wanted to give you permission to do just the same. Some weeks are going to be chaotic. Some weeks are going to be sad. Some weeks are going to be so exciting. Some weeks are just going to be like mellow. And some weeks are just going to be sort of neutral. And I'm just trying to impart on you that that's okay. And we're here to ride the waves together and just go step by step and day by day. Step by step. Day by day. Anyone, if you know, you know. You also probably know what tubular is, and I've used the term tubular many times before. And mwah, 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 I love you.